Hi, we're back to the Maple Hill douche case. Sorry. Yeah.
I just checked, and the scratch marks on the windowsill don't match the letter
Why is there buzzing? I don't like buzzing.
Yes, the gouge marks in the wood are rounder.
Maria, do you have anything around the sugar house that would fit the description of a thin, rounded tool?
Nope.
No, not that I know of. The tree bore is the closest thing.
And how could you...
Chief, don't you think it's odd that the killer used a boar found inside the sugar house to kill Gerald? I mean, why search for a new tool for the murder instead of simply using the one they had to pry open the window?
Bum, bum, bum.
There's getting to be entirely too many dead ends in this case. Let's double check and see if we missed anything here at the crime scene.
Maybe that's why he's jumping to conclusions. He's getting really frustrated. Dude, calm down. Solve the case yet. You got that. Wasps. I hate bees. I hate wasps. I hate yellow jackets. I don't kill them, but I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. They are terrifying to me. It's a phobia. I'm never getting over it. Much like flying. I'm never getting over that phobia. So don't tell me to. I will kill you. Terribly. Flying and bees are evil. Well, flying and yellow jackets and wasps are evil. Bees are environmentally important, so I'll leave them alone. Got it? God, I hate that buzzing. Oh, do I hate that buzzing? I'm guessing this place hasn't been walked into in a while because, crime scene. And of course, I'm guessing Maria is there because she has the key and they probably keep it locked up so nobody can disturb the crime scene, which is probably not a bad thing. Why is it still buzzing? I hate that buzzing. Sorry, I'm kind of itchy. I'm itchy tonight. I don't know why.
I'm just not sure what those green fibers we found on the windowsill might be from.
I have no idea. Let's head back to the station. Maybe my deputies made some progress on that dye.
Peace and quiet.
Chief, I've good news and bad news.
What's the good news?
What's the bad news?
Okay, what's the bad news?
The bills found in the money clip at the crime scene can't be traced.
Swell.
How about the good news?
We're just about to do the final tests on that dye in the syrup bottle found at the sugar house.
Yay! Wait. Here we go again, folks. This is actually a really simple puzzle, especially if you're very good at telling the difference between colors. If you're not, well, you're gonna hate my guts. I am very good at finding like just one object multiple times in a scene sometimes. Oh, I thought that was one. Usually. Okay, we're comfortable. from... One second, folks. Well, it's the wires in this mic are so damn long that it's such a pain in the ass. And obviously this isn't an accurate representation of how police work looks. But again, you know, Jessica's been kind of right about the whole stop jumping to conclusions thing, which I always found kind of funny. It's like, really, dude? Like, what evidence do you have? You barely have evidence a crime happened at this point. Wait till you get it all. Well, I'm guessing he's like the eager young detective in a way. Itch. Where's that last test tube? I'm usually... Oh, there it is. See? From darkest to lightest. Well, lightest to darkest, I should say. Ta-da!
Looks like the syrup bottle contained a dye called number 7 red.
Now that we know the exact type of dye Gerald planned to put into Maria's sap, we need to find out where it came from, and the first place to check is Nature's Gift Foods.
Logical conclusion.
Chief, Mrs. Fletcher, what brings you back here?
Do you use number 7 red dye to color any of the foods you produce in this plant?
Definitely not.
You sound quite certain about that.
Here's her reasoning.
I am. You see, number 7 red is never used as a food coloring because it's highly toxic.
Oh.
I'd like to take another look around to confirm that.
Certainly.
She's pretty cooperative. She's probably annoyed to fucking death, which is like... Hey, covers my ass, I don't care. Say I didn't cooperate. And she's probably right about that. Yeah, this one has a lot of these find like the one single item thing. I think it probably has like the most because we've seen about like 3 of them so far. No, 4 of them so far. I kind of like these, but I guess other people would be like, "Oh, this is so fucking stupid." Although you gotta admit, at least they try to like mix it up, but like instead of it being like, you know, find like red food, like still all different options, just like red food. This is something stupid.
So if the dye Gerald was carrying isn't used as a food coloring because it's toxic, that makes what he was planning to do to Maria's batch of sap all the more serious.
Although wouldn't it be slightly redder and smell funny?
But it also seems to rule out Nature's Gift Foods as its source. Well, back to the station.
That's true.
And back to square one.
Don't remind him. He may accuse someone else. Like someone who's completely not involved in the case. Okay. So that means Gerald wasn't only going to sabotage with, like, food dye to make it less natural, he was going to poison that batch of syrup. Although I think
It's going to take forever to find out what the source of that dye was.
I'm afraid so.
Hello, Mark. I'm here to collect Gerald's belongings.
Of course, Sally. I'll have
Sally's
someone
right.
bring the box to your car while you're filling out the yellow release forms.
Mrs. Morgan, I nearly forgot. A friend had this scarf of Gerald's, and I offered to return it to you.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Fletcher. I hand-knit that scarf for Gerald last Christmas. I better fill out these forms and get back to the shop.
Hand knit? Oh, dear.
What?
If Gerald didn't climb through the window at Maple Hill because he had a duplicate key, then he couldn't have been the one who left the green fibers behind on the windowsill.
No kidding.
So...
Was he even wearing green, thinking on it?
Let's have a look at the note Gerald received and those forms Sally just filled out.
In other words, the wife is finally a suspect, even though she should have been the first suspect for, like a billion obvious reasons. But keep in mind, it's more... Ah, yeah. Still no, huh? Sorry, I was looking at something. I swear I was clicking on that stupid thing. And yeah. So her footprints match the footprints at the crime scene. Now that could just be a coincidence, or somebody did something they shouldn't have done. Oh, the arrow. And this again. Have I mentioned I hate this puzzle? Actually thinking on it, I think I'm actually toward the end of this case. This one feels shorter than the other one did. Maybe I'm just breezing through it faster, there were less puzzles or something? I don't know. And yeah, it's the same book. They don't change this puzzle very much, because I know another case features this puzzle fairly prominently, which kind of annoys me. But I think it's the last case in the game, so I don't get too annoyed with that. And, I guess after a while you do run out of puzzle ideas. And they had a pretty good variety of puzzles, like a couple of, retreads, but plenty of newer ones, too. I kind of like it.
There's only one logical explanation for why footprints exactly matching Sally's were found on the floor at the crime scene.
Plus, the fact that Sally's handwriting matched a note telling Gerald to meet that night at Maple Hill means we ought to pay her another visit.
So, as you like it.
Hello, Sally.
I didn't expect to see you again so soon. Any news on who killed
I
Gerald?
love how she says that.
All the evidence points to you, Sally.
What?
It's true. You knew about the affair your husband was having with Melanie Young and laid a careful plan to exact your revenge.
You're saying I lured my husband to Maple Hill and killed him?
In so many words, yes. You paid a visit to Gerald at Nature's Gift Foods and scribbled the note promising a reward if Gerald would sabotage Maple Hill. Then you left the note and the syrup bottle containing dye, likely yarn dye from this shop, for him to find.
That night, Gerald went to the sugar house, but you'd gotten there first. You used a steel knitting needle to pry open the window and get inside to wait for him.
But a knitting needle is not a good stabbing weapon, so you used the tree boar instead. Not only did it make a better weapon, but it would cast suspicion on Maria as the killer.
This is ridiculous speculation. I have better things to do than listen to your silly stories. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Just the way she says, I didn't expect to see you so soon? Yeah, remember when I said at the very beginning of this, denial is a river in Egypt? Uh-huh. Yeah, we gotta stuff the poor little bear. And again, you know, this woman looks like she has fucking problems. I swear to God she does. Actually, she'd fit in with the amnesia grunts thinking on it. But who the fuck destroyed her store? Jesus. Oh, found the culprit. It was a kitty. Yeah, there are 2 puzzles in this one. We'll do them both in a minute. I wear my sunglasses at night so I... Oh god, I'm gonna get copyright. Well, no, acapella I think is protected because it's acapella. Okay. 3 moves, 3 squares, 4 colors each, no loose threads. Yay! Oh, busted! Bright green sweater with bloodstains. And now, a game of pickup sticks. But there's a special rule. They can't have sticks on top of them. Like you see these blue ones? I can't match them because there's stuff on top of them. And looky here. The break-in weapon?
When we compare the fibers from that sweater we just found to the fibers left on the windowsill at the crime scene,
They'll match. I'll save you the trouble.
Sally, why would you want to kill Gerald?
Because he was cheating?
Because when I found out he was cheating on me with Melanie, I was furious.
how did you find out?
One evening, I was alone, Gerald was working late again, or so he said, so I decided to go out for coffee. At one point, I went to use the powder room, and I passed Melanie's office. The door was slightly ajar, and I saw the two of them together.
You didn't confront them?
I almost did, but then I thought of
To
a
be
better
fair, that would
plan.
have been kind of awkward.
One that would allow me to get even with Gerald. I set him up to break into Maple Hill and photograph him in the act of tampering with Maria's equipment.
To get him fired from his new job?
But when he arrived, I couldn't help but confront him about his affair. And he laughed at me. He turned to go, and I lost it. I grabbed the maple board, and I rammed it in his back.
Sally, I'm placing you under arrest for the murder of your husband. And this time, I'm not jumping to any conclusions. Right, Mrs. Fletcher?
Right, Chief.
Yeah.
Just as a thank you, I'll treat you to the most decadent coffee beverage on the menu.
That's very kind, Maria, but I think I'd be happiest with a simple cup of tea.
Me too.
Suit yourself. A double-shot mocha latte for me.
Have you made any decisions about what you're going to do now?
Well, this year's batch of maple sap has been ruined. After having a dead body soaking in it, I certainly can't use it to make syrup.
Fair point.
I should say not.
Zombie
But
syrup.
I'm optimistic. My insurance should cover the loss, and Joanne Marshall and I have started new negotiations.
Oh.
Really?
Yep, Nature's Gift Foods has a new offer on the table, allowing me to operate Maple Hill as an independent subsidiary.
That sounds like it will benefit both of you very well. To sweet success.
Hear, hear.
I like that ending. That's my favorite ending. Oh, I missed a typewriter ribbon. Oh shit, I didn't even realize. Oh, I usually find all of them. Anyway, aside from that, this is actually one of my favorite cases. Like, you kind of saw me joking around about it. I like the puzzles in it. I think it's just some of my favorite puzzle and style of puzzles. And the story has, I think, my favorite ending, and also, I think out of all of these, the biggest douchebag gets in the end. Here's what I mean. Again, in Deadly Catch, he wasn't so much a dick as he was, he was a fisherman. They tend to be kind of assholeish with it. It's kind of a blue-collar thing, I think. But, this one, Gerald was probably the biggest douche of, like, all the victims in this game. And the murderer is kind of the most sympathetic because, she had every right to want to murder him, and she shouldn't have. And I think out of all of them, she'll get the lightest sentence because with her it was clearly a crime of passion because she wasn't there to kill him. He kind of just pushed her over the edge by laughing in her face when she confronted him. And the fact that he was willing to break into the sugar house to sabotage it because he could, essentially, kind of proves that if she had just gone through with the original plan, she would have gotten him fired and probably would have succeeded. He would have deserved every second of that. It probably divorced him after that because she owned a yarn shop and I don't think he was part owner or anything. He had like a job of his own. So she would have been fine, but it's, she got pushed over the edge. And that woman looks like she's clearly got like manic depression or something is wrong with her. Most people do not show mental illness on the surface. I'm going to, preface that right now. And I know most people who are manic depressive don't do that, even if they're off their meds. But I think hers was so severe that she just got bonkers and stabbed him. And I'm sure living with him probably didn't help. He was probably a dick then. He's probably abusive for all we know. They don't really get into that. Next three cases are... Fire to Die For is my favorite set of settings. I'm gonna say that right now. And after that is Secret of Ashes, which I'm going to say the murderer in that one was the creepiest to me. I'm not even kidding. And Final Curtain actually takes place in England, so that was going to be very fun. Lots of Shakespearean information. And that one I don't remember who the victim was. remember that it kind of follows some similar veins to Murder in the Maples, but it's less sympathetic. It's like a less sympathetic version of Murder in the Maples, and it's also like really like it's also the longest one, I think, and the biggest one. Basically, each one has an aspect I like. I like the length of Final Curtain. Secrets to Ashes has probably the coolest, creepiest vibe of all of them. I really like the vibe. Actually, yeah, you can't even click on them yet. Diddly Cat is just the simplest, and the end, like, it's like the simplest, and the ending is probably the most epic of all of them. And Garden Diver has my favorite setting, and Murder in the Maples, I think, is just my favorite one in general, just in general. I'm probably gonna start Garden Diver next because, you know, Amnesia really got to me today, and I think I need to, like, do some Murder, She Wrote break for, like, a bunch of times. And, by the way, I did check on my Amnesia. Like, I decided to see, like, those areas you see in a row, and it seems like I'm further along than I thought in the game. As I'm playing. I'm not gonna see where I am, but, because, again, as I've said in previous plays with both these, I pre-record these, so I have to be careful that I don't spoil the Amnesia stuff in the Murder, She Wrote stuff. So I have to make sure the parts match up before I start going, oh, hey, this is where I am, and just kind of blab it out. But that's for next time. I'll catch you guys later.